This is a linebacker. This is that linebacker lined up in the offensive backfield. And this is him taking a fourth quarter handoff 66 yards for a back-breaking touchdown.
How about that?
This guy ran and tackled and scored his way to winning both the defensive and offensive Pac-12 Freshman of the Year honors. The thing is, this whole situation almost didn't happen, which means we would have all been deprived of what made Myles Jack's 2013 season the absolute best. As a true freshman for the Bruins, he quickly proved his place by flying all over the field and making Jim Mora look competent, which is even wilder given his age. See this shit? That's a 17-year-old making the play. UCLA had a lot of good players that year, so Jack started the season a little under the national radar. He snagged a game-sealing interception against Utah, got some cardio in on the return, and then followed that up against Cal by leading the team in tackles. And granted, UCLA stumbled at number 13 Stanford and number 2 Oregon, but Jack helped the Bruins maintain a top 25 ranking the entire season. That's especially nuts considering it was done in a Pac-12 conference where half the teams were ranked at season's end. But what we're really here for is November 9th, 2013. Myles Jack's coming out party in Tucson. After UCLA got hit with injuries at the running back position, Morris started tinkering with a power package. The goal of this was really just to pick up some of the tough yards, 3rd and 1 situations, nothing too fancy. They started messing around with the concept on the Wednesday before the game, but never really considered it for Saturday. Jack described it simply as joking around. You know, just a goof. And they laughed, and at the last minute said, "F it. Jack's gonna run the ball." Oh, but before we get to that, Jack still started the game on defense and was a complete wrecking ball. Arizona completely neutralized his defensive co-star Anthony Barr, preventing him from recording a single tackle. So Jack stepped up for a highlight-filled night, including a fumble recovery in the end zone when Arizona was threatening to make it a one-score game. All of this was coming against an offense that had the lightning-fast Kadeem Carey paving the way. This dude had at least 20 touchdowns and nearly 2,000 yards rushing in back-to-back seasons. And yet, the next day, the running back everyone was talking about was a linebacker. Jack's first carry came on a 3rd and 1 situation. UCLA faithful were probably hoping that he would fall forward, gain a yard, get the first down, and move on. Instead, Jack did this.
And the first down here is Myles Jack.
And if you pause it right, you can pinpoint the moment everyone on defense shat themselves. The rest of the night, Jack was like a 220-pound bowling ball rolling through defenders. He never went down easy and was really just warming up for what would become a must-see highlight for the entire season. Fourth quarter, ball game in the balance, and at this point, everyone in the stadium knows the ball is going to number 30. But that didn't mean shit. Jack took the handoff, and while they tried, none of these poor souls had any hope of slowing him down on the way to the end zone.
Jacked up indeed.
Oh, and bonus points for the calmest of celebrations, even while surrender cobras were hatching in the stands. 1 week later, he'd have even more reason to celebrate. Again, starting the game at linebacker, Jack plowed into the end zone 2 more times in the first quarter alone. He scored once in the second,
Touchdown, UCLA.
again in the third,
Myles Jack.
making it a decent 4-touchdown night. Myles Jack was like one of those math problems where there's 2 trains on the same tracks bound for a head-on collision, but he's both trains, and there's absolutely no solution for stopping him. That is, until Jim Mora tried to Goodwill Hunting his running back situation. Facing Arizona State, Jack didn't start or play at linebacker for the only time all season. Mora needed him at running back full time. Jack said cool, scored again, and nearly hit the century mark. As running backs returned to health, so did Jack to his starting linebacker duties. But that didn't keep him from scoring against USC in the regular season finale. To close out his freshman year, Jack took a trip to El Paso for the Sun Bowl to face off against Virginia Tech. He found pay dirt once again, this time on a pick 6 that he made look way too easy, and reminded everyone which side of the ball he belonged on. The barely 18-year-old linebacker finished the season with stats in just about every meaningful category on both sides of the ball. He took home the Pac-12 Defensive and Offensive Freshman of the Year honors, and would lead the Bruins to the number 7 ranking going into the 2014 season. But this isn't about that. This is about 2013 Myles Jack. The true freshman who was a perpetual YouTube highlight, forced me to actually stay up to watch Pac-12 after dark, and was simply the fucking best. Let us know in the comments what player you think was the best, whether it was a season or a game or a playoff run that they had. We'll talk about it. Thanks for watching and subscribe to SB Nation for more.